Hi everybody, I'm Karina. Today we are bringing you an ab burnout and a quick chest circuit. So if you would like to work out with us today, stick around. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Fit Me Plus 3. If you're new to us, do not forget to like, subscribe, and smash that notification button. We are here for you at least twice a week with anything and everything that includes health, wellness, while we are on our journey to a better lifestyle through healthy eating and fitness. Today, I'm excited because we haven't done an ab workout yet. And although I'm not gonna lie to you, abs are not my favorite thing to work out because, as you know, and I've said this, you cannot spot reduce. And so right now, my stomach is still my biggest piece of insecurity, but my body's gonna lose weight the way that it wants to. And I personally do not enjoy working out my abs, only because of my back surgery and the lack of strength that I have in my core. But I guess theoretically then I should want to work on my abs. But today, as requested, we are going to be doing an ab burnout, and it is going to burn. It is going to hurt. My abs already hurt because I did Pilates earlier today. So hopefully we can get through this workout together, but I'm excited to share it with you. We are also going to throw in a short 4 different exercises for a chest circuit because I love being able to pair something of my upper body with my lower abs when I am working them out instead of simply doing abs. Let's get into it. Get ready. We have our new board here where I can lay out all the exercises. I have a friend that comes over to work out with me, and this just makes it easier than us trying to remember what's next in the circuit since we do it as a HIIT circuit. But this is exciting. I hope you guys are like this. Make sure you screenshot it. Make sure you take the time to do it. Let me know how you liked it, and let's get to it. We are going to start with a standard dumbbell bench press. I have upgraded to the 15s today. I will try to increase to the 20s as we go. We will see what happens, but just remember that it shouldn't feel easy. It should be hard for you to finish your set of 10 to 12. Additionally, I like to not be able to finish my 4th round of this circuit because that tells me that I'm pushing my body to a place of strength and I'm growing as I go, but let's get into it. Obviously, you want to lay on your bench, whatever it is that you're using, plyo box, a stepper, make it work. I just happen to have the weight bench. Remember, you should have a little bit of an arch in your back. It should not be flat on your bench. You may or may not be able to see mine with my darker clothing today, but nonetheless, I keep on my toes. That helps me to know that I'm not just pushing or flattening my back into the bench itself. Remember to keep your elbows tucked. Big mistake, people try to put their elbows all the way out at a 90-degree angle. That's not how you should do your bench press. You get a lot more control if you tuck them in so they're more at a 45 and right under the shoulders. Bringing it down, and remember your 4-2 count. So 2 up, 4 down. 2 up, 1, 2. You don't have to lock out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember just to bring your arms down until they are parallel and even to your shoulders and your body. You shouldn't stop too early, and you definitely should not be going down past your arms like this. If you start to feel the pull in your chest because you're going too low, you're definitely going too low. Remember to exhale and breathe on your push-up. For anything like me, you probably lose count. So I always do a couple extra for good measure to make sure I'm getting to my 12. I tend to have a little less strength in a standard dumbbell fly, so I've gone down to 12.5s, but our positioning will be the same. It's simply a different movement to the arms, but your body should be the same as it was in your bench press. Make sure you're not rushing. Always get into your form. Remember, quality over quantity. Get your dumbbells up in the middle. You're gonna fly out, keeping the elbows bent just a little bit till you're here, even with the body, and back up. You should very, very quickly feel it on the inner armpit, right at the base of the chest. Remember gonna take your time. Don't rush through them. Even if it's hard to get to 10 to 12. We are now going to get into one of my new favorite chest exercises, a landmine chest press. So anytime I can use my barbell on chest day when it's not a standard bench press is an ideal day for me. I'm being attacked by my canopy here, but I did put 2 weights on here today. So I put 2 10s to give me 20 pounds. Obviously, when it's in the contraption at the bottom here, it alleviates some of the weight. So it's not a full 45 pounds on the bar plus the 20, which is 65. So it's probably, I would say, about 50-55. Typically you wouldn't be straddling the bar like this, but I don't have a lot of room, so I'm going to get it in front of me, get myself comfortable. But ideally you want to have your knees in Japanese style, so your knees a little bit apart, shoulder width apart, and then your toes touching, because you're going to be going from a sitting into a standing here. We're just going to be kneeling the whole time. We're not going to be moving our body, but simply focusing here, kind of like a plate squeeze. That way we can keep it going in and out as we push through the barbell. Hands together. This might be 65 pounds. And push. Make sure you're trying to evenly distribute the weight and not favor one side or the other. We're going to move into our last chest exercise, which is going to be a chest raise. Typically I do these alternating, but I found recently that when I do them alternating, I lose a little bit of my form and my shoulders kind of cave in. You want to make sure that you're keeping them back. You're focusing on this chest muscle right here, right in between, as a female where our bra goes up, and as a male where that pec is at here. Keep your feet hip distance apart. A little bend in the knee is always great. You don't want to be locked out. It gives you the opportunity to tuck your pelvis in, make sure that your core is tight as we work the rest of our muscles. So I'm going to be working this arm, so I'm going to feel here to make sure that I'm squeezing and getting the work where I want it to work. So I'm going to take my dumbbell, cross over and up. One thing I've learned in lifting weights, sometimes the smallest movements, but because you're adding the weight and the tension, have the biggest impact. Your body should not be swaying back and forth. You shouldn't be turning. You shouldn't be moving around. You should be as stable as possible, as stationary as possible. Just the arm moving. Whew, don't forget the other side. All right, now that we are tired from our chest exercises, or whichever workout you're doing first, we are going to get into an ab burnout. So we're going to start with the traditional bicycle. So there's a lot of different ways, depending on your level of comfort and strength in your core, you can advance this as much as you'd like. I obviously don't have a lot of core strength. I'm still recovering from my back surgery, so I tend to be a little more careful and cautious than another person might be that has a lot more strength. So I'm going to do this on my elbows. You can put your body up here if you don't need the suspension and you can hold it up. I personally can't do that, so I get on my elbows for my bicycles. So I put my hands under my hips just a little bit for some additional assistance if needed. We're going to bring our feet up and we're just going to traditional bicycle back and forth for hopefully 30 seconds. Keep your toes pointed. Remember, you don't have to go fast. It's about form. You don't want to compromise your form just because you're going faster than the person next to you. Make sure your shoulders aren't too hunched I find that I do that sometimes, but point the toes, keep the knees at as much of a 90-degree angle as you can. Remember to breathe. Next, we are going to do America's favorite, the plank. Personally, I cannot get into a full plank just yet. My back isn't strong enough. If you can, by all means, get into your plank. Make sure your feet are about hip distance apart. You don't have to keep them together. Gives you a little more stability. I'm going to be on my elbows and on my knees in order to keep my body safe, to listen to my body, but elevate if you can. Do what works for you. So I usually start at my knees. If you are going to do it on your knees, make sure that your toes are not on the ground. They should be up. You should not be forcing your feet into the ground because you're not doing a push-up, you're doing a plank. I usually try to get all the way down, figure out where my arms need to be. You want to make sure, of course, that your elbows are directly under your shoulders or at least as close as they can be. I usually put my hands together. It's hard for me to put them down here, but I'm going to push up and we're going to try to hold it for 30 seconds. Make sure that you are flexing your inner thighs, squeezing them together, your glutes. It helps the body feel lighter. If you find that you don't want your butt to be up, you need to tuck it in, tuck it down, and then almost even tuck in the pelvis so that your back and your booty go up just a little bit, but you should still be pretty stationary in a straight line down as you're holding. If you're like me, the shaking starts at about 15 seconds. You can do it for longer. It's a great full body core exercise. Next, we are going to do some leg raises, but we are only going to do 6 of them. And I say that because we are going to do a quick up, but a controlled down with a 5-second count. So again, you will find that I put my hands under my hips because it gives me some stability, especially with not having a strong core. I'm going to start with my feet down, bring them up, and a 5 count down. Your legs should be as straight as possible. You're going to see my knees bend because I don't have the flexibility or the strength yet, and that's just listening to my body and being honest. And then try to keep your toes pretty pointed. They don't need to be flexed. You definitely want them to be pointed. So bring it up for 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it up for 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, last exercise for our ab burnout. We are going to do knee pull-ins. We are going to do these while incorporating our upper body and our arms, rather than just pulling your knees in to get the full ab core strengthening. So you want to be ready to bring your knees in. However, you should not be laying flat on the ground. You want to hold yourself up so you're automatically engaging the upper obliques here, right? Your arms are going to be out because when you bring your knees in, you're going to grab your knees and put your arms back out. So you're essentially hugging yourself into a crunch every single time, okay? So we got our arms out, feet out, toes pointed. We're going to bring them in and squeeze them as much as you can, as tight as you can. And we're going to try to do it 10 times. Again, if you could do more power to you. Abs are not my friend. All right, ready? Bring them in. Keep the head up. Don't put it down. right, everybody. If you did that chest circuit and that ab workout with me, you should be as about out of breath as I am. We've only done a couple of them, but you should be doing the chest circuit at least 3 times or 4 rounds if you can, and same with the abs, 3 circuits 3 times around. I hope you guys enjoyed that today. If you did it, please let me know. Please save this, take the time, try it. I'd love to get your feedback and how much you did or did not enjoy today's workout. Although, as much as I hate abs, I did enjoy it. My abs are on fire. I'm sure I will be sneezing and laughing in pain tomorrow. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, please do not forget to like and subscribe and come back, as we will be here for you. Next week, we're going to be taking you guys through a new fascia blasting video so we can show you some of the different ways to keep taking care of the outside of your body as well as the inside and take care of the skin. Don't forget that you can always visit us at our website, which is fitme+3.com, or you can come to my Instagram to watch the daily journey and all of the things that come along with it at my fitme_+3 at Instagram. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.